When you are gearing up to apply for a home loan, you will likely come across two key terms, interest rate and APR. Even though they might sound similar, they have some pretty significant differences. Understanding this can really help you pick the loan that's best for you. Let's dive into these concepts through a conversation and see how they impact your loan choices.
Hey, I've been looking into home loans recently, and I keep seeing interest rate and APR. Can you explain the difference between them?
Sure thing. The interest rate is the percentage you pay to the lender for borrowing money. It's part of the borrowing cost. APR, or annual percentage rate, includes the interest rate plus other fees related to getting the loan. APR gives a more accurate picture of the true cost of the loan compared to just the interest rate.
Can you break down what the interest rate is exactly?
The interest rate is the percentage you pay to the lender for borrowing money, usually expressed as a percentage. Your mortgage interest rate can be fixed, meaning it stays the same for the long term, or variable means it's just periodically based on market rates.
Can you give an example of how the interest rate works?
Sure, let's say you borrowed $100,000 to buy a house with a fixed interest rate of 7%. This means you pay 7% of the principal each year interest. At the start of the loan, that's $7,000 a year or about $583.33 a month. But as you pay down the principal, your monthly interest rate payments decrease, and more of your payment goes towards the principal.
What about APR?
APR stands for annual percentage rate. It includes the interest rate and other costs and fees associated with getting the loan, like prepaid interest, private mortgage insurance, sold as PMI, some closing costs, loan origination fees, it also known as discount points, and other fees.
What's the specific difference between the interest rate and APR?
The interest rate is the yearly cost of borrowing money, while APR gives a more comprehensive measure of borrowing costs by including additional fees. Because APR includes the interest rate and other related costs, it's usually higher than the interest rate alone. APR can be seen as your actual interest rate.
How do lenders calculate the interest rate?
Lenders calculate the interest rate using your personal information. Each lender has its own formula, so you might get different rates from different lenders. They also consider current market rates, the overall state of economy, and the real estate market.
How can I get a lower interest rate?
Improving your credit score is the first step. If your credit score is low, lenders might see you as a higher risk and offer a higher interest rate. You can improve your credit score by always making at least the minimum payment on loans and credit cards bills on time, limiting how much you borrow on credit cards, paying off as much debt as possible, and avoiding new loans when you are getting ready to apply for a mortgage.
Any other tips?
Getting a government-backed loan is another way. Choosing loans like VA loans, FHA loans, or USDA loans instead of conventional ones can lower your rate. If you have a loan insured by the federal government and the property goes into foreclosure, the government agency will compensate your lender.
How is APR calculated?
Unlike the interest rate, you have less control over the APR. Lenders control factors like origination fees and broker fees that affect the APR. While some methods can lower the APR, such as avoiding private mortgage insurance by making a down payment of at least 20%, comparing lenders is the best way to get a better rate.
What's the bottom line for interest rates and APR?
The interest rate is the yearly percentage you pay on the loan principal, while APR includes the interest rate and varied fees and costs. Providing a more comprehensive reflection of the loan cost, the most common additional fees included in APR are broker fees, private mortgage insurance, and discount points.
Got it. Thanks for the explanation.
Understanding the difference between interest rates and APR is key for picking the right mortgage. When buying or refinancing a home, consider both the interest rate and APR to make an informed decision. Ready to calculate your mortgage interest rate and APR? Contact AAALENDINGS now and get an online quote.